Hey guys, welcome back to the episode of East Coast Bass Fishing. Today's video topic is going to be about bait casting reels and their gear ratios. The importance of, the importance of gear ratios and what they're used for and what, in my opinion, what they mean and what I use them for. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump right into it. We're going to start talking about the lower gear ratios. And for me personally, I don't go any lower than the 6:3-to-1 gear ratio. For particular baits and tactics, so to speak. So for my jigs, I actually don't have it with me right at the moment, but I know it's a 6:3-to-1. It's actually in my car. It's the Shimano Canon, which is very similar to the Caius here. It's a 6:3-to-1 as well, just like this one. My only difference is my Canon, it has bigger handles. That way I can use it to winch fish out of cover or deep wood or whatever the case may be. And I use my 6:3-to-1 Canon for my jig rod specifically. And I know it might sound crazy, but this is my opinion. That's how I like to do it. It's been working for me over the last few years as far as this slower gear ratio, because it allows me, it actually forces me to slow down. You see, I can work it faster if I needed to. But once I lay that rod into that fish and get a good hook set, then that's when it comes into really cranking down and getting that fish out of that cover or wherever the case may be, wherever he is, like on layouts or things of that nature. But 6:3-to-1 gear ratio, the Shimano Canon, in my opinion, is a must for my personal preference. It works great. So on to the next one. We're gonna go 6:3-to-1 again for the Shimano Caius. I use this specifically for oh, it's kind of dirty right there. Anyway, I use this for either cranking or jerk baits or anything that's kind of forcing me to work it slower. Like as of right now, we're kind of still in that winter phase, early spring, pre-spawn mode, and working at jerk bait, which I'll show you guys a little short clip here in a second how I like to use this. Because all you're doing is jerking and picking up excess slack. You're picking up the line. You're jerking the slack line, so to speak. And you don't need a faster gear ratio like a 7:3-to-1 or 8:1-to-1 or things of that nature. You want that slack to be there. You need that slack. So you don't need a fast gear ratio. You don't need a big handle like this here versus this. See the difference? You don't need a big one or the small one, especially for that type of fishing, as far as jerk baits or anything that's a little bit slow, methodical, so to speak. So, slow gear ratios, they serve their purposes for me, cranking and jerk baits only. I learned the hard way over the years when I first started fishing, bass fishing. I had a 6:3-to-1 using a Texas rig, and one particular fish in my mind made me up my skills and buy something of a faster gear ratio, because I hooked the fish all the way to my right on a gear ratio that was 6:3-to-1, and it took me forever to catch up with him because he came all the way past me to my left, and I still hadn't caught up with him, and I was on foot. So that led me to think, okay, I need to figure something else out. I can't keep these 6:3-to-1 gear ratios and all. So, but here's a clip, guys, so you can check it out as far as the 6:3-to-1 gear ratio in the Shimano Caius and another one in the Shimano Canon as far as jigs and jerk baits. Oh crap. Good gracious. Goodness. Oh my God. Yes, sir. Oh my God. Pause. On the pause. When I went to pop it, he was on it. They is not playing. Man, they ain't playing around. Same spot as that last one just hit. Yeah. All right, guys, now that you check that out, we're gonna go right into the faster gear ratios. Now, let's start with my Shimano Chronarch. It's a high gear. I forget the actual gear ratio on it. I know it's fast, but I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can check it out for yourself. And I use my Shimano Chronarch here, MGL, high gear, as you can see, right there. You guys can see that a little bit too much light up there, but anyway. And this is the left hand. All my reels are left hand gear ratio, left hand retrieve. I'm right handed, but I reel with my left hand. Either way, this, I only use this for, I have been only using it for my frogs, top waters. Mainly only frogs because this is my workhorse and it actually puts in a lot of work. And I have a couple clips as well. I'm gonna show you guys in a second or two, but we're gonna talk about it. There's a big difference in, like I said, the reel here. The reel itself, the handles are actually bigger. I don't know if I can show you that, guys. It's definitely bigger than, you guys can't see it, but anyway, it's bigger. And that way when I set the hook on a fish, on a long cast, I don't want to have to sit there and work hard with that 6:3 gear ratio to try to pick up that slack, and I could potentially lose that fish. So you need a high gear reel ratio to pick up that slack line and set the hook, because those hooks on frogs are very, very thick. You need a big 7'3" heavy action rod, in my opinion, and you need a gear ratio that's fast, a high gear reel ratio to pick up that line. All right, so that's that, guys. Check out this clip here as far as what I'm talking about as far as gear ratio with frogging. There we go. Mr. Froggy. Alright guys, next up we have the Shimano Corrado K. I have a couple of these as well. I think I might have 3 of them. But these are my Ks. I don't really care too much for the DC. I don't really need that extra sound, whatever. It doesn't do anything for me because I can get it done with these. And I have a Shimano SLX, which is, in comparison, pretty much the same thing as this, in my opinion. I believe the gear ratio is about the same, and that's what I've been using as of lately, the SLX. But we're talking about this one here. Big handles on it, of course, 7:4 to 1 gear ratio, right there. And then you have a pretty decent sized spool here, guys. There's a pretty decent sized spool. Decent sized spool. You can put a lot of line on there. And just like the Chrono, you can pick up a lot of line fast. And so this is gonna be for my Texas rigs, especially from fishing in deep water. So this one, the Corrado K and the SLX, I'm using this Texas rigs, whether it's in deep water or shallow water, you know, because I don't want the fish to get wrapped up around any wood or any brush. That way I can winch them out nice and fast with these big handles, deep spools, heavy line, and it won't have a problem. It'll be nice and easy. So your fast gear ratios, guys, these are mainly to pick up that line fast and get on those fish and get them out of cover instantly. You don't want to go with those slow gear ratios because you're gonna run into some problems. Trust me, it's happened to me. I had to learn the hard way. I had to figure things out. I had to look at YouTube videos in the past and figure out what I needed to do to change my game up. So guys, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I will leave a couple links here, like I said, in the description below. Don't forget we have a giveaway video coming up. The actual winners will be chosen on Friday, guys, for the rod giveaway. I'll leave a link in the description below for that. I'll leave a tag right up here in the corner or there, wherever it's gonna be, so you guys can click on that and join and follow the rules so you can actually have a chance to win one of those rods. So guys, gear ratios, like I said, very important if you want to become a better angler, if you want to not lose fish, because it can happen if you use a slow gear ratio for certain things. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, and guys, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.